here we are. Those of you who are right here, which is like everybody in the world, are gonna catch this after the fact. But if you join us, then y'all are welcome to chat. We're gonna try a few missions. This is the goal, right? We're gonna try to find a way to get these kinds of missions, passenger missions, that kind of thing. Maybe some crop dusting, who knows? Not keen on the rescue missions. Like there's shuttles, delivery missions, you know, flying aircraft, delivering aircraft, that kind of thing. Tried a mission yesterday on our channel that had two passengers, a woman and a man who had been married a while and wanted to visit their original town they got married in. The weird thing was that the sim told us to go up to 6,000 feet, but then it graded us negatively because we weren't at 1,000 feet. So we had to basically nose dive down to 6,000 feet, or 1,000, 1,100 feet is I think what it was. And they dinged us for that, and then they dinged us for, turning and burning. I mean, there really wasn't a choice, and that was just very awkward. Our base is in the Pacific Northwest, and Washington specifically in the Bay. So that gives us plenty of scenic opportunities. Alright, so it says we have a specialization that's been unlocked. Chat yesterday just informed me that the specialization is the private pilot's license airplane. So that's where we go from there. To unlock this, I need to, I guess, get a commercial pilot license. I need to be on level 3 as well. So I'm level 2 now, as you can see here. And then we'll just go from there. Level 5, level 8. I want to get to a point where actually I own some aircraft, right? So hopefully we can get some of that exciting stuff going. I'm going to do a little research before we get started. We're going to have a need to speed up time, as it were. So maybe we should do some controls here. Let's see. Keyboard. Let's see what that does. Increase. This is just altimeter. Let's do time compression. Now, speed. Vertical decrease, airplanes, airplanes, airplanes. Specific. General, here we go. DevCam, next DevCam, DevCam. Speed, increase drone speed. Replay, reset speed. Replay speed up. Increase wheel speed. Let's try this. Sim rate, Alt R. Decrease and increase sim rate. Okay, let's see. So increase and decrease sim rate. Let's try this. Search by input. We'll do the numlock minus. Oh, unzoom cockpit view, unzoom external view. Okay. Oh, that's just shift number 1. What if I just do number minus, shift number minus, Shift U, shift number minus. Okay, so for instance, I don't like backspace being our external binding for external camera. So if I do this, cockpit external view mode, actually I'm going to delete that. There we go. And then I'm going to do, for external view, see if Control X. Control X is cut selection. Okay. Alt X. Alt X is nothing. So let's do Alt X for turn null. Set external, toggle external system. Reset, toggle external view. I think it's camera external. Zoom external view, toggle external view. There we go. I think that's it. Alt X. There we go. I think that'll do it. And then what? Minus and plus for zoom time. So the sim rate. Sim rate, increase and decrease sim rate. So we'll do decrease sim rate by minus. Increase sim rate with plus. Num plus, num minus. There we go. See if that works for our little adventure. And now we have an issue with the Bravo throttle quadrant where the parking brake's not working. So search by input. This is parking brakes on, and that's not working. So yeah, so let me do that. We're gonna do this. Okay, and now let's do set parking brake, and let's do this. And then we'll do this. That's gonna conflict, I think. No, I'll do it this way. This. There. So either one of these. So I'll just turn parking brake off right now. All of my switches are off. Okay, my bugs are all turned off. Alright. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna go to missions. Let's see what we can do about doing some missions. This one's a 1-star. Let me just get a 2-star mission. Are there any 2-star missions? Wonder if it sets the difficulty based on your first mission. If so, then I got sabotage because you don't tell somebody to go up to 10 or 6,000 feet and then tell them you have to go back down to 11,000 or 1,100. Yeah, I think they're all 1-star missions. So let me just knock a few of these out. Scenic Visitor Bremerton. Where am I here? I am. That's my home base. So we'll do that. Let's see. This flight save charts. This is the flight plan. Alright. That seems pretty easy. Take off and land. Almost like just a flight pattern, almost. Alright. Two. Call sign. Easy Rider. Easy 8S. Right? What do you think? November Easy 8S. Standard equipment. I'm just gonna do squawk. Flight type scheduled. Okay, easy. Wait, November easy 8s. There we go. Hopefully this will be not as bad as the other one. Okay, so the route's like this. Runway 12. Pattern. Downwind. Okay. So, heading 122, 105, 301, 302, 212, 122 again. For the landing, coming back to the same airport. 14 nautical miles. And it's just the Alright, I guess we'll see what the sim tells us to do versus what we're supposed to do. Alright. boring parts on purpose. Not close enough. There it is. I guess I could just do Shift C, right?
Ready for boarding, John. Roger that.
Okay. Alright, let's see if we can start this engine by cheating. Oh,
This
we
may
did.
be
How about
just
that?
another day at the office for you, Captain. But for everyone here, it's a special occasion. Hey, Captain, meet Chris. He's keen on discovering the sights around Navy Yard City. He's one of our friends, so I'm counting on you to treat him well and show him around. By the way, he's got his son with him. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Captain, time to fly.
Alright, I just set the new beacon, taxi, nav, strobe. Why not? Change the fuel. What the world? Why is this thing shutting off?
Whiskey Alpha Niner 6 traffic Cessna November 43629er is taxiing to runway 12.
Hi, Captain. I'm Chris. Can't wait to be looking down at my hometown. Hey, I'm Jason, Chris's son. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay. Why is this thing shutting off? Do I have enough fuel? Yes. Free flight, I guess. Bring it up to 1,000. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna panic if this thing shuts off in the middle of the... Bring my flaps down to 10%. Let's see. Alt X is my key binding that I changed to. Yeehaw, it works. Okay, it says toggle brakes to release parking brakes. I thought I did. Uh-oh. Oh, it's not putting me back in the... There it goes. Yeah, I did. I literally released the parking brakes. Now this is the issue. Well, I'll just do it from inside the cockpit here. Controls. Alpha flight. Okay. Oh, this is Alpha. I'll do Bravo. Set parking brake. Auto start engine. With the keyboard, auto start engines Control Alt S. Search by input, Control Alt S. That's it. That's literally it. But look at my parking brake going crazy. Janky controls. Alright, let's do this. Back to controls. So everything started going haywire when I did my Bravo throttle quadrant. And I changed my parking brake. So let's get this out of here, and let's get this out of here. Alright, fine. I'll just erase it. Okay. I'll erase that. Did I not erase that? Wow, this is janky. There we go. So primary and secondary mean primary and secondary. Okay, so now what? Parking brake, Control P maybe, or Alt P? About that. Okay, fair enough. Alt P. Parking brake. Toggle parking brakes. Alt P. No, Alt P. There we go. Now let's see if that works. Yes. Alright, fine. There we go. Now I've got to start. Oh my gosh. Controls are janky. I think I got it worked out. So if I do Alt P here, it sets it. Alt P, it turns it off. Well, very good. Okay. Now backspace is no longer that. So Alt X is outside camera. Turn my mixture on full. Stop it, hold short. Okay. Aviator performance aircraft crash. What?
Whiskey Alpha
that didn't make
906
any
traffic
sense.
Cessna November 43629er is taxiing to runway 12.
Right, Alt P to release. Really? Okay, I'll just do Alt N to go to takeoff, because that was not fair. That's crazy. Here's the runway. That looks like the runway. Is that the runway? Alright, fair. Okay. Take off.
Whiskey Alpha 906 traffic Cessna November 43629er, taking off runway 12
Alright, here
east
we go.
departure.
Mixture on full. Flaps at
Special flight for me. I'm
10%.
excited, but also kinda anxious. Hope that's normal.
Now I'm gonna do something here. Take off, darn ya. Ooh
Here
wee.
we are.
Flaps. Full throttle, full mixture. I'm gonna turn my fuel pump on for a switch, you know, just for excitement. There we go. Wow, that's an aggressive climb angle. I'm gonna ignore those boxes. I didn't ignore those boxes last time and it got me in trouble. I think I'm gonna ignore these boxes. Bring my flaps up. They are up, okay.
Maybe you'll spot your school, or the places where you used to play when you were kids. Music.
Chris, how are you feeling?
John, thanks for checking in. Having a great time, and it's surely thanks to our pilot.
I'm glad the flight's everything you hoped for. I'll give you some space to enjoy it.
I see Navy Yard City. We've got a clear view of everything from here. I love it. It's amazing. I recognize everything down there. We're flying too fast. I didn't have time to see everything. It's hard to enjoy the scenery at this speed.
Yeah, well, I'm slowing down. My goodness. There we go.
back to reality, folks. Hey, did you enjoy, Chris? Ready for your next flight?
Thanks for the ride, Captain. I'm ready for another. Quite an experience. I recommend it.
Okay. Not bad. A little bit more trim. The reflection of the little boxes off the water down there is a bit distracting, I think. Throws my perspective off. My depth perception, you know? Ah, boy. There we go. I am following the traffic pattern. I don't know what the heck you're really wanting me to do. Other than... Whoops. Alright, let's see if we can try not to kill anybody. Alright, I think we're good. A little bit of throttle here. Gotta clear that tree, but golly, they're not leaving me much option. Cut throttle. And flare. And land.
This is smooth.
Okay. I'll do it. It's awkward. Well, they tell me to go one way and they tell me to go another way. Now I've done this before. Yeah, I'm gonna skip.
No easy to win over the locals, but seeing them smile says it all. Well done, pilot.
Okay, good. Alright, so I got a lot better score this time. Got a B. I got like a D last time. I don't know what happened. Okay, so cruise altitude. Most important mistakes is cruise altitude. Cruise speed. Crash. Well, crash because you rigged it. Alright. My reputation went up, I guess. Hey, I'm level 3! Yahoo!
You've built up enough flight hours to be eligible to take your CPL. If you pass your CPL, you can begin to get paid for successful missions.
Okay. CPL. Oh, look at that. It gives you other training like trim management. Okay. That's why the training seemed incomplete from the PPL. So, navigation, dead reckoning, landmark navigation. You know, it might be a good idea to go ahead and do the training from the main menu first. Let's see what that looks like. So if you haven't flown before, what's the... Isn't there some kind of training? Yeah, I think so. Flight training, here it is. So flight training will take you through, like this has all come over. Oh, trim management wasn't on the previous Flight Sim 2020, but I passed the basic training from Flight Sim 2020. It looks like they've added one here. Takeoff and landing, pre-flight taxiing, takeoff, landing, first solo flight. VFR is not something I ever took. That might be interesting. I did take, actually, you know what I did? Actually, why didn't that come over, I wonder? IFR. I'm familiar with IFR, but I don't know how to control the different glass cockpits very well. I can kind of futz it and mess around with the buttons and see what the menu choices are and figure it out. But like as far as ILS approach or uh, getting down to planning a route from the glass cockpit, I'm not very good at that. So IFR navigation. I wonder what bush pilot is. Short field takeoff, short field landing. Oh, this is like interesting training. Like we didn't have this in 2020. Helicopter training wasn't in there, I guarantee you. It was just sort of make it as you go. Yeah, but here it is. That's interesting. Takeoff and landing. Helicopters, bush pilot. Gliding definitely wasn't in there. There you go. F-18, and then introduction to airliners, which I know it's interesting, but I'm not very much into it. I like the ability to control my aircraft, not have other people's lives at stake. Okay, so let's do one more mission. Let's see what we can come up with. Career. Or let's do, yeah, you know what? Let's do a couple of trainings. See what that looks like. Certification. That says specialization. Okay, so I'm closer to ferry flight now. I've got level 3, but I need to get my CPL in order to get ferry flight going. I'm not sure what that means. Flying an aircraft. This one was the one that they just set me up for and I failed it. This one is a little bit different. Okay, so certification. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's see what this looks like. Now that you know how to climb, descend, and fly level, let's introduce you to a way to maintain a desired altitude without having to constantly interact with the yoke. Trim is a tool fit for that very purpose. You will also learn more about the relationship between power and pitch. Now that you know how to climb, descend, and fly level, let's introduce you to a way to maintain desired altitude without having to constantly interact with the yoke. Trim is a tool fit for that very purpose. You will also learn more about the relation blah. In this tutorial, you will learn how to familiarize yourself with the relationship between attitude and pitch. Accelerate, decelerate at a level altitude. Refine your aircraft handling skills. Changing attitude or pitch, or both, will result in differences in speed, altitude, or heading. Trim equals the adjustable tabs on the aircraft's control surface that enable the pilot to maintain a desired heading or altitude without having to make constant adjustments. Trims are referred to as secondary control surfaces. Alright. Vertical speed indicator. That's that black thingy that keeps going up or down. The altimeter. Heading. Airspeed. Attitude. Okay. Ooh. Guess I better turn my mixture and my airspeed up. There we go.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
2,300. Just bringing that up to 2,300.
Try to reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
Yes.
You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle. That's good. Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude. Excellent. Now, adjust the trim. All right. Wow, great job. The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
Yeehaw. Trim the aircraft 70. What the world? Okay, departure.
Today we are going to leave our familiar airport of Sedona and venture south to reach Flagstaff Airport. To guide us, we will rely on the navlog. It references the different legs to complete to reach our final destination. Our first goal is to fly over the runway center at 6,500 feet with a heading of 42 degrees.
Okay.
By doing so, we will be perfectly set up to engage with the first leg of the navlog. After takeoff, we will continue crosswind as if we were following the standard traffic pattern. However, we won't turn downwind. Instead, we will continue climbing to 6,500 feet before turning on course toward the runway center. Okay, you can take off whenever you are ready.
Basically, I just gotta take a loop and climb. Let's go.
Nice command during takeoff. Your target altitude is 6,500 feet.
Alright, let's go then.
That's 500 feet above the traffic pattern, as we don't want to interfere with incoming aircraft.
5,700. Thought it was 6,500.
As you climb, turn left so you stay in the vicinity of the airport. Maintain 75 knots. Maintain 75 knots.
Come on, climb, baby.
Great. To ensure accurate navigation, you want an accurate starting point. And what's more accurate than the runway you just departed from? Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
Okay.
Maintain 6,500 feet. Maintain 6,500 feet.
Yeah, well. Okay, but I'm at 6,700 right now.
Maintain 6,500 feet.
And a 42-degree heading to the right. Yes.
Nice. That's it for navigation departure. Well done.
Yeehaw. I didn't think I was going to do very well on that one. Here we go. My departure preparations were terrible. Navigate using heading and time estimates. That'll be my next one. Navigate using key landmarks. Okay. So this pretty much follows the same as the training in the other activities menu. Alright. Well, I think we're going to call it a night for today. Come back tomorrow and do a few more missions, and then we'll maybe get out to do some commercial pilot license missions where we can make some money. I think we can finish these 1, 2, 3, 4 tomorrow, and that'll get us the certification. We'll just take the exam after that. Alright, thanks for joining, and bye for now.